Okay, well, with any luck, I'm back here. Uh, it says I'm connected. Excellent. Okay, good. So I don't know what happened. I think when I opened the everything, which is a thing that lets you scan all your files and index them and then search them, I think the indexer started running and killed the uh, OBS or whatever, my streaming service. Not service, software. So I did learn one thing. I learned in in this, I was trying to select this. So in A-Sprite, I was trying to select the color here, and I didn't have this color in alpha fix, so I only picked the color, and so that's why it was remaining green, or it was remaining transparent. Um, I don't know if I have any kind of font that is similar to what he was using, but what I'm going to do now is pick a dark color and text and font family. So I need to match this font right here. I don't know what that is. I had to take a wild guess. I mean, it could be. Well, it's a caps font, so there's like a. Can you guess what font that is? Maybe I can ask it to do that. First of all, it's going to show its version of the file finally. It tried to draw one, and maybe it finished. I don't see the bank keyword here. All right, so oh, there we go. That's still not the right. I don't know what it's doing. Is it because it's cached, or did it just draw the same thing over and over again? I'm not even seeing the bank button. Is it way off the screen? No. I don't. We shouldn't need to load it in here to see it. We can just load it in the in PyCharm. Image not loaded. Try to open it. So it's got some weird formatting problem. It doesn't look like it saved right. So it goes immediately to the text dump. Okay. It's looking at this window. All right. So anyway, while that's doing that, I'm gonna make my version. I don't know what font that is. So I'm looking for any kind of font that I have that is, you know, a caps font. But I don't see anything like that. So I will not worry about it too much. I will just write something that says Doesn't matter, does it? Verdana is good. And we will write, what will we write? Bank. Not 28. 20, that's maybe 20? No. Maybe 16? Maybe 14? And then it's bold. I don't think that is a good font at all. Maybe with anti-aliasing is okay. I'm okay with this. This looks better, but it's not centered. It doesn't have the nice highlighting that. Oh, I guess you have to put that on. If you want to move it around, you got to put on a new layer. New layer. Edit. No, not paste. The extent of my skills here. Bank. Is there a center option? No, but centering would be with this line right here. Appears to be center 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little bit of a gap here. So that's kind of centered. I think it's kind of centered. Shrink it down. I mean, it looks reasonable, maybe a little bit more to the right. Can't get it to move to the right. There we go. That looks centered to me. So let's save this as did it fix bank? Did it fix its version of it? No. So its version is still broken. I'm just going to stop it from making another version. I'm just going to. Oh wait. Okay, go ahead and save it. Go ahead and take your shot. Let's see what it came. Okay, never mind. I drew my own. So in fact, rather than putting a thing to clear this, to end the conversation, I just say clear. And it just forgets that it was even doing anything and whatnot. So I'm going to save this with bank. It did make something. Looks like a weird. That reminds me of a 80s space game or something like that. But we'll just call it bank.png. Save, and it's going to tell me that it already exists, but also that it doesn't support layers. And I'm just going to continue with this, and maybe we'll get a real update for those things later. All right. Okay, so now if I refresh, and I refresh over here, bank. Okay, so yeah, definitely not the same font. Maybe I'll replace this one with that font or something like that. We'll see what happens. But this is okay for now. At least it's the same size. Obviously not good enough. PD public images bank.png. Can't blame AI slop on that. That's all me. That's my bad art. Added my own bank button with bad font. Needs better font. Okay. All right, so meanwhile, hopefully this guy is over here. What I had told it to do was to come up with a plan for making a replayer for this text here. And so see what it came up to do, what it decided to do. The game logic in terratri.ts is already pure TypeScript with no node and dependencies. It just happens to live under a server. By moving it to shared and wrapping it in an immutable game class, both the server and client can use the same logic. Yep. This enables a client-side replayer and simplifies the server state management from 15 lines of manual bookkeeping down to one apply step call. Okay, that sounds good to me. So move the file, contents unchanged, then I'll move the test over to shared. Okay, update the import. Okay, that's fine. Both. Okay, so no config necessary. Run test to verify. So that's the first step. Phase 2, create a game class. Immutable class where step string is the single source of truth. Okay, I'm okay with that. The structure computes all derived state. Yep. Apply step returns a new instance. Okay, so it's a stateless thing. It's functional, purely functional. I like that. Well, I don't know if I like that or not. I kind of like that, but like if you're doing a replayer, you probably want to just like calculate the. We'll see. Okay, I mean, maybe that's fine. It's clean. You can be allocating a lot of objects, but it's a tiny page, so maybe that's okay. I guess it's clean to start that way, and then if we want to add mutation later, then we can do that. All right, so this is the interface it wants to create. I don't know why everything is read-only. I guess because it's just going to show. Okay, we'll see. Oh, you're right. It should be read-only. That is correct. You should be able to read it. I was confusing myself. Create shared game test with. Okay, that seems all good. This is all like a basic move, and then add step string to game message. We could pass the game message back and forth. That might actually be a reasonable thing to just only pass the steps back and forth. So only pass this string back and forth. All right, but let's just make sure everything is checked in. We care about these probably should all be get ignored, but they're not. So go ahead and clear the context and start doing this. All right. I guess the benefit of that is that I can now, the hope is that I'll be able to paste this in and it can reconstruct it. In fact, what I'm going to do next, I'll go ahead and get a start on this. Well, I can't. Hang on, what I was going to say is make an MCP server. Hang on, someone's calling me. Hello? I'm doing a stream right now. You need me? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll be down in like an hour if that's okay. Bye. That was my wife calling downstairs. What does it want to do? It wants to move things around. Yes, and you can do that. Not sure what this is. because that is not what it. That's like trying to read the output of that command. That's weird. I've never seen that before. And I wonder if it may be because I'm running two things in the same directory again. Like I don't know. I've never had that situation. So meanwhile, while that's working, let's see. I think this is done. I want to do more testing, and in order to do more testing, I want to have this replay feature so I can go back and not have to rely on my memory of what I thought was on the screen at a certain time. But the basic feature is working. This I'm not working on right now, but we're going to make history interactive. That's where we're at now. The notation, I don't know. I do kind of like the idea of saying exactly where it is and saying what the move is, but and then the state notation, that was going to be the change the O to R is not good. Okay, so there's more copying files. Okay, that hopefully seemed to work. It shouldn't have to do these move things. Like Claude has. Can you not just use your built-in tools to move files? I think if you use relative path names and forward slashes, Claude, your API, your I have this issue every once in a while with Claude, and it's happening less with the newer versions, but it's just something about Windows in Git Bash and all that stuff, and it just doesn't. It thinks it can't move a file that it has access to, that I've explicitly allowed it to, edit files in this directory, but it doesn't see that it can do that for some reason. And it might be because, maybe it's seeing this as the directory instead of, D colon or whatever that it would normally see on Windows. Or maybe it just doesn't work on Windows. I don't know. But if you tell it to use relative paths, then that's to work. And then this is stupid. Wasting time. Okay, the other side of this, but again, I can't do any of this until I can't do any of this until I've done this refactoring, because this all depends on the refactoring, which is saving the state to the back end, so that you can resume a game or do correspondence version or something like that. And then I mean that's the main thing. Changing the notation needs to, is going to conflict. So wow, this is okay. So this is just crazy. This is something I can easily do myself. I don't know why it's having trouble. And I don't like to like I like to let it just do its own thing. What's this doing? Wow. I'm gonna move the files. That's crazy. Like, yeah, so it just copied the file and it's still okay. All right, so rm source server terratri.test, and I will just trust that it. Will I trust it? No. Let's see. Okay, that seems reasonable. The files have been copied and I deleted the original. Keep going. Proceed. I'm getting impatient. It will normally figure this out, and like what I would normally do is go see what was going on downstairs and take a little break and just come back. But I feel like since the camera's on, I gotta sit here again. And another aspect of it. Phase 1 is done. Yep. Okay. Phase 2, create the game class. I could have made that as a separate commit. Right. Yeah, because now it's already started the game. Let it run. Rename game to session. Okay, I don't know why. Oh, I see. So the old thing was called game, and so now it's going to be a session, and it's going to contain a game. This is the other thing that I do once it actually starts working. Is I actually read these things. I don't read them carefully all the time, but I do try and just keep a general idea of what it's doing and making sure that it's putting things in the right files. And the join handler and move handler, those are event handlers for when you join in and make a move in the game. Okay. Game apply step, I like that. So it's going to run the tests. Sure, you can do that. I will run npm, and I will also close this. Ooh. Okay, that's fine. It can open a new one. npm test. So two failed. One failed. One test failed, but can you try running again now? Let's see if it can run it now. Now that I've closed the other clause. No, still doing that. Okay, one more time. I'm going to say Claude continue. I think you have to do dash continue. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't. I should have done the resume thing. So this one right. Dash continue lets you continue the last one, whatever it was. Okay, so try now. Try one more time. I've never seen this before, so I'm thinking that maybe it was because I had two Claudes open in the same directory. Or it could be whatever this doctor issue. Okay, so that's fine. I don't know why I can't do this. This is weird. I will just paste in the error. Okay. Here's the error then. That looks like an error with the testing framework. Like it doesn't have expect installed. Whatever. Oh no, I see. It came from here, but it was just missing the end type character. I don't think that character is actually needed in this syntax. But whatever, it's fine. I think it's fine to just use a space since the red players stuff moves are all lowercase and the blue players moves are uppercase. I don't think we need the type at all. Oh, I guess for the step moves, I see what it's doing. Like internally, it's not using the numbers and all that stuff. I was picturing it having like like this being a PGN style notation, like the portable game notation for chess, where it actually has the numbers in it, and like what you're reading and what you see on the screen are basically the same thing. Sure, I will run npm test because you can't do it anymore. Why you can't? All right, all test passed. All test passed. Anything left? What's left? Let's commit these changes. Yeah, so we moved the files and then we added some tests and basically wrapped some of the old logic in the word game and changed the old game to a session. Extract. Game class. Extract shared game class. Okay. Sure. Let's implement the replayer. Please also open playwright window at so we can see it. Localhost 5173. It's we've had a snowstorm here, and the kids have been off school for the past 2 days. Tomorrow I have to get up early and take my wife to the train station, and then the kids to the school bus and the preschool, and so I don't have the luxury of staying up late tonight. I'm probably going to wrap this up soon, but I would like to see a replayer, and then once we do that, we'll do some more testing in part 4 whenever that happens. Yeah, this makes for kind of a boring stream. I think it needs to be. I don't know if it's interesting to. I guess it's interesting to see how other people use uh, agents and stuff. But like, you know, I think it needs to be summarized if you want. This now we have a game we can play. Like it zoomed. So no history browser yet. Oh, he has a bank move from this. Like why doesn't it just automatically end the turn? So we'll bank that. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. There is no strategy guide for this game. There's nobody has studied this game in years and years and years. That took from because I used the bank move. But this is wrong. Both of this is uh, we've got another issue here. So again, it's wrong because there should be 5 and there's only 4. They both only have 4, so somehow we've consumed an extra. Like I think having the notation working is going to solve this problem, so that we can actually debug the rules and make sure that the rules are correct. I don't. Clearly, they're not. Clearly, it's doing bad things. But without the notation, how do you test that? How do you write tests and things like that? In fact, I'm going to change the steps thing where it just takes that and actually be able to paste this in, because I think this is the human readable notation. I do still like the idea of having coordinates in there, but I don't know. Maybe this is maybe maybe if you're gonna make a video like this, what you do is you put the prompts in, and then you like, it doesn't make any sense to make a video about this. Like it's one thing when I'm the one like talking through the changes and you know, you get to hear my half finished thoughts on everything. That's like at least somewhat useful to somebody. Maybe people have told me they like to listen to me ramble sometimes about and verbalize what I'm thinking as I work, but oh, you don't get that with this. Like a lot of times, what you really want to do is just wait for it to be done and fast forward. And I have no idea what these is. I've never seen this before. I do this often. I'll run this. And that's just making sure everything compiles correctly. I don't know, I have no clue why I can't see this. And why it just suddenly started happening. Okay. Okay. can you add a link to replay the current game from the game page, the play page, in a new tab? Like, that's not what I was really expecting. I was expecting it to be like a thing that played inline, but that's but I want to be able to replay the game in progress. Oh, it only appears once moves have been made. Okay, so that's actually fine. And then now the blue guy has to come in here. That's interesting. He started moving before the blue guy joined, which I don't think he could do before. But that is fine. I mean, perfectly valid to, like, saying I'm going to play this opening or whatever. So if I now open this in a new tab, okay, that's a start. It's not great. It's a start. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna end this here. Maybe when I come back, I'll have some. I've already done some work before I do this again, or maybe I'll just do a end review where I talk about this, the game as a whole, which is what I plan to do anyway. I don't know if the live coding aspect of this is useful, but if somebody enjoyed this, let me know. Otherwise, I probably will not do another one of these until it's like already, done, and just I'll do a show and tell at the end. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon, or whenever. I don't know if it'll be soon.